Hey, why do parents try to control their adult children? Welcome. We're going to dive into that. There's two reasons you might be here. Either you're an adult whose parents are trying to control you, or you're a parent who's wondering why you're so disconnected from your adult child. Either way, we got you covered. Let's get into this. Hi, I am Dr. Paul Jenkins. I'm going into my fourth decade now of working with families, and I've noticed what's going on here. Let's get to the crux of this. Why do parents try to control their adult children? It's because they think that they can. Now, connect with that at some level. If you're the adult child, you're going to be like, yeah, they sure seem to think they can. If you're the parent, you might be thinking, well, I used to be able to. Yes. Here's the bottom line. We don't control the other humans, except for our kids, for a while. It's temporary. And that's as it should be. Because when humans come into the planet, they're very helpless. I'm on my way to a little excursion in Africa. And I've seen these videos before too, and even some things in real life where when a newborn African animal, and I pick Africa because I remember the Nike commercial where it says, every morning in Africa, a lion wakes up and starts running because it needs to eat something. And every morning in Africa, an antelope wakes up and starts running because it doesn't want to be eaten. Either way, you better start running, which is a great theme for a running company, right? But these animals have to be independent quickly, or else they become a meal. Humans aren't like that. So after a giraffe is born, for example, in just a few minutes, that little giraffe is standing on all four of those gangly legs and learning to walk around. And pretty soon it's going to be able to run. Humans, it's going to take years to get to that point. Years. So because human babies are so vulnerable, the parents have to control their life. Have to. Or else they're toast, right? We don't control the other humans except for our kids. For a while, because then what happens? Then they start growing up. They start having opinions. They start thinking for themselves. What? And eventually, they take over control, whether we want to share it with them or not. Because of that, I developed a model that really helps parents to understand this. And I share this model with kids too, because this is the language, the psychology of parents. I would love to give you just a quick introduction to that model, and then I'll put this in your inbox. You can have this PDF. Go to the URL on the screen, drpauljenkins.com/stages. Stages, because it's about stage, not age of development. And I'll put a copy of this in your box. Full color, little description, you get it. The 3 stages that I teach in this model, in all the parent coaching that I do. Stage 1 is the least mature stage. Stage 2 is right in the middle somewhere. Stage 3 is over here on the upper end of maturity. And this shows how control and maturity interact. The short version is somebody has to be in control. Somebody. And your level of maturity depends on how much control you get to have versus other people that are going to take that control in your life. So a little newborn baby, for example, that's stage 1. They are helpless. They can't do anything for themselves. And so they need someone else to take most of the control. See, the control under the line is the part you get for yourself. The control over the line is the part others take. In this case, parents. Now, as they get a little older, those kids are able to take a little more control for themselves, but they still need the parents to do quite a bit. As they reach full maturity, they don't need a parent. Let me say that again. as they reach full maturity, they don't need a parent. Now, this is really disconcerting to the parents because they're like, oh, they've needed me all along, right? And because they controlled their lives when they were little, they get lulled into this false belief that they can continue to control their kids. And that's where we run into a lot of problems. That's where we run into conflicts. The most precious gift we have as humans, next to life itself, I think, is the power to direct and steer that life. It's our sovereign agency. And we all crave that, want it, cling to it jealously. This is what wars are fought over. Freedom, right? Freedom isn't free. It comes at the price of moral responsibility. So as we go through our experience with our children, at first, parents are controlling most and the kids don't control much at all. That gets shared at some point. And then at some point, the kids fire the parents and they don't need parents anymore. This is hard because when you love someone, you want to continue to have a relationship. That is by permission only when we're dealing with other adults. So hopefully as we go through this, you're seeing, okay, why do parents try to control their adult kids? Because they've been lulled into some kind of a belief that they can or that they should in some way. That actually creates alienation. What we want to do is move from control to relationship, from transaction to choice. And that's what sustains that relationship long term. I think introduction to the model is going to help. Did that help a little bit? Once again, go to that URL on the screen, drpauljenkins.com/stages. I'll put this in your inbox. There are other videos here on the channel that are going to help you with that too. So make sure you subscribe, share this video with somebody that you think would appreciate it, and let's work together to see if we can create more choice-based relationships instead of the transactions that occur when the kids are little. Are you with me on this? Thanks for watching.